Yo, 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 what's going on YouTube? It's your boy Nate the Great coming at you with another live. You already know if you're new to the channel, like, share, comment, and subscribe. To all the returning friends and family, you already know it's peace and blessings. Give y'all a little bit of time to tune in. I know for some of y'all it's kind of late. Wasn't expecting to go this late with the live, but I got wrapped up in a few things even before I got to work. So appreciate everybody that tuned in this morning for the live. Definitely was a good conversation. And if you missed it, you can catch the replay. Also appreciate everybody that tuned in for the music portion of the live today. Even though we had a little bit of disruption the first time around, came back the second time to make sure y'all all was good. Um, Probably not going to be crazy tonight with it. At some point, I will be dropping the link in case anybody want to pop in. Marianne, what's going on, baby? Title clear as day right now. Uh, Got to stop feeding falsified information to the youth. Stop lying and confusing them. Recently watched something that it's kind of disturbing. The reason why it's disturbing is because it's sad that these are the things they're implementing on the youth and nobody's seeing it. I got to put my little blue air because I I know. Sometimes I do go a little left, but I'm being truthful on that. There's just some things you shouldn't lie about, especially again to the youth. You have to be truthful with them on all accords. When they are old enough to understand certain things, that's when you break it down a little bit more. But there's just some things you should never lie about or falsify information on. Prime example, you trying to tell the youth or tell the kids in the school that men can menstruate. No, we can't. We are not females. Like, I'm telling you, I'm not even trying to sound funny. I don't want anybody to feel the type of way, but I feel the type of way today. Got to stop lying and confusing these kids when they young like that. You're not going to sit there and lie to a bunch of kids that's under the age of 10 and tell them that men can menstruate. No, we can't. Some of y'all going with that logic trying to say that women can get, no, that, look, I'm going to need y'all to stop treading boundaries, all right? It's one thing to, you know, be happy and be yourself and be free, right? But in that same token, you don't gotta throw it down everybody's faces every day neither. Um, Again, I'm all for acceptance. You want to be who you are when you're an adult, that's you. But again, when these kids are coming up in the world, you shouldn't be confusing them at all. Like you lying, that's like you lying and saying, "Oh, a woman could get another woman pregnant." We know that's not factual. So again, you're just falsifying and feeding rhetoric logic. You're also trying to tell them that there's more than two genders when we know damn well, you and I both know, it's only two. Get it? Like, I can understand you want to promote your message of being free and everything else. But in the same token, y'all got to have respect and a boundary. Again, stop lying to them. Stop telling them certain things that you know for a fact ain't truth. Because if that was the truth, you wouldn't have two you wouldn't have a male and a female as a parent. You would either have two males or two females that would happen. Stop confusing. Again, be yourself, but don't try to force it on somebody else neither. Sorry, like it started really become annoying. Keep trying to confuse them, trying to tell them there's more than two genders. No, that's not the case neither. You're either born a male or you born a female. But I forgot when people on the other side are trying to come up with this agenda to make everybody accept everything. It starts to become annoying now. I'm sorry. I'm all for you living your life the best way you see fit. But I'm not for you lying to the kids, man. And lying to the youth, trying to confuse them. Another reason why I said it's important and it's imperative that y'all start letting these kids be kids and stop trying to feed them stuff. Um, I'm trying to be as cordial as possible because I don't want to sound too crazy. I don't. But again, I'm not liking this logic that they feed. Um, so let me find out that we have situations where, prime example, we got uh, I don't even know what to call them now. I'm still gonna call him Zion. I'm still gonna call him. I think that was his name, Zion, if I'm not mistaken. Before he changed that name, yeah, I'm talking about D Wade's son. I'm sorry. Let me find out he's the poster boy for a lot of these trans kids. I'm not trying to sound funny again, but I'm finding this very weird and awkward. Only reason why I find it weird, awkward is because again, everybody deserves a little bit of privacy, and for the fact that you got to worry about possibly you don't know what coming inside of a bathroom, I believe that's a problem. Oh, honey, what's going on, baby? Bonnie, what's going on, baby? And again, I'm not trying to sound any type of wrong here. Not trying to sound like I'm out of touch. I'm not really out of touch with nothing. I'm more in tune now than anything. And again, how do you feed a logic to say, oh, there's more than one gender? Or there's more than two genders? That's a lie. Like, stop doing that. And then you're basically telling these kids that it's okay to switch their identities when they're young. That's another thing that I feel is being forced on these kids now. And this is why you get some of the stories you've been getting lately about people detransitioning or not even fully going through it, whatever. Again, if you're going to be who you want to be, even if you know you that from that age, all right, be you. Again, this is the only thing I don't get about some of y'all. You want people to accept certain things, but then in the same token, you're not making any logical sense on certain things. I'm sorry, like it don't make sense. You're telling these kids that they could be whoever they want to be well before their time. Sorry, like it's not the way to go. Because our parents wasn't doing that to us. Our parents, if anything, was trying to keep us in tune, but also keep us where we needed to be. So we ain't have to worry about too much of, you know, corruption, basically. I think that's the saddest thing in the world, man. It is the saddest thing in the world when you got somebody that will come and lie to the kids right off the rip. And that's the thing though. Um, Again, when you're an adult, you decide whatever it is you're gonna do. However you decide to live your life, hey, that's on you. Again, it's not about judging anybody, but I can make judgments on people that's lying to the youth again. Like, stop trying to feed them that false lie, that narrative that this is what it is. Nah, it's not it. Prime example, the one thing I don't get, and I'm gonna say this again, I'm all for acceptance, but how? Explain to me how do you want to be? Prime example, you got some women, the studs or whatever you want to call them, that want to be men so badly. Guess what? You're not a man at the end of the day. Same thing with some of y'all men. Y'all want to be women now. Like, wait a minute, listen. This is where all the confusion always comes into play now. Because it's one thing to be on the side of the fence. It's another thing when you trying to force a narrative to try to make it normal. I'm sorry, it's not normal. I know people on that side of the fence again that they stayed true to themselves. If they was born a man, and even if they went that way, they stood that way. Same thing with the women back in the day. Women was lesbian or gay, guess what? They stayed feminine. It wasn't no I'm trying to be the man. And even when you had some of them that was, they still knew their place. You know, again, it's too much going on. Nah, it is crazy, Bonnie, because again, how am I supposed to have some sort of, acceptance or even respect for you if you don't even know what you want to be? Like, come on. You want to be like these women want to be men so badly, but in the same token, you not physically fit nor built like some men are. Sorry, you're not. You want to be the man so badly to a point where some of y'all even saying things that you know would get a regular man knocked out. So why would you continuously do that? There's no reason why I'm hearing women saying SMD and you wasn't born with one. See, this is what I'm saying. All this confusion and this whatever. At some point, man, listen, we gotta wake up. Gotta wake up because again, who's dealing with this? Who's gonna have to take a bulk of this BS? Of course, it's the youth again, because you're feeding them a narrative that this is what you're supposed to be in society. Nah. First of all, you're a kid. You supposed to stay a kid. Supposed to be a kid. You're supposed to stay a kid until further notice. I think that's the saddest thing in the world, for real. You are literally feeding these kids the wrong type of knowledge. Again, you got to understand one thing and one thing only. If you was born to be a man, even if you're going to be on that side of the fence, stay a man. Continue to do so. Present yourself as such. I think that's the problem we have right now. Again, feeding these kids nothing but nonsense. James, what's going on, my guy? You already know if y'all just tuned in, hit the like button. Again, apologies for the late panel, but or the late live period, but felt that need to be talked about too. I was gonna hold it for tomorrow, but nah, seen too much today. Again, you was born a woman, even if you on that side of the fence, stay feminine. I know feminine lesbian women right now that never tried to go on a level of just trying to be a man real badly. No. Amy, what's going on, baby? And again, I think it's crazy when you are feeding that type of a story and that type of a narrative to these youth. Stop lying to them and saying that there's more than two genders when we know for a fact there's only a man and a woman. Stop trying to tell them there's more than two genders. Stop trying to tell them and force feed them that they could be whatever they want to be before they age, before they even old enough to really understand or really get a chance to know themselves good. And some of y'all letting your kids transition. I'm sorry. I'm speaking to some of y'all parents that need to hear it. Y'all letting y'all kids transition just because you trying to be a part of that wave too that's going on. You're trying to be a part of something that you feel is going to be something spectacular, and it's really not. Again, we dealt with a lot of acceptance over the course of time. The one thing we never did accept was lies to the children. Again, some things shouldn't be presented. Prime example, I watched a couple of little clips as of recently, and it got me to thinking too. Um, Even some of these parades and these events, right? I'm all for you, again, being yourself and living free. But when you know you're gonna have kids that's coming around some of these events, y'all have to present yourselves a certain way. Sorry. I watched one I watched one of those situations at, I think that was a pride parade. Now, what I seen on the float, shouldn't no kid have to look at and see neither. And I'm sorry, when you are sitting there presenting certain things like bondage and everything else, especially on a float, that's a problem. Seeing a whole man really spanking a whole nother man while he got that bondage stuff on. Like, this is what they doing now? Like, it's like every year y'all coming more and more with more and more craziness, man. Again, be yourselves and just enjoy the fact that you having an event. But some things you know for a fact you gonna have the kids watching. Don't present yourself out there like you that crazy, man. Jiggy, what's going on, my guy? Zion, what's going on? You know, that's what I'm saying. Like, nobody should have to see that. No young boy, no young girl, no just any man, period. You know, again, you gotta have more control over what you don't. If I know I'm gonna be on a float, and I'm just talking about on some regular shit. If I'm on a float and I'm supposed to be doing something, that's what I'm gonna be doing. Anything else? Nah, won't be doing it. You know, you look at some of them floats, and it was just like, because I had people showing me pictures and shit too recently, and I'm just looking like, yo, like, how did y'all allow this to happen? And why are the kids even cheering it on? Like, this is what I'm saying. Like, you're feeding this narrative that it's okay to accept every damn thing under the sun. James, it was a video clip I caught. The guy literally got the other dude in that bondage shit and was spanking him with that little whip shit. And I'm like, what the fuck is this? Are you kidding me? And then, we got to look at it. It is it is their parade. It is their event. But in the same token, like, come on, man. Some things you just ain't supposed to present out there in the public like that. I don't think no grown man, no grown woman should be coming out damn near half naked. Present yourself with some sort of class. Sorry, even if you're on that side, present yourself with some sort of class, man. Mookie, what's going on? Yeah, man, you listen, you be surprised because I was catching some clips in particular, and it was just those clips happen to pop up too in the feed. And I'm like, is that really what's going on right now? Like every time y'all have an event everywhere, y'all just doing everything out the sun to, yeah, we know you queer and you happy. We understand that. But yet and still, you still gotta have a decency for the people who do attend your events. Because apparently you still have people bringing their kids to these type of events. Not bringing my kid to no parade if I know it's going to be half nakedness on either end. Not going to bring my kid somewhere even if it, nah. There ain't something we can all be celebratory about and actually feel comfortable about. I don't want my kid around it. I wouldn't want my god kids, nobody around it. I'm just me. Sorry. Mookie, what's going on, my guy? It's it should leave a bad taste in your mouth, honestly. Sorry, it should. Again, we've allowed so much to take place, but now we're not sitting here and doing the work that's necessary. No, we got to stop letting these kids fall into that confusion trap. And I swear, I'm gonna be honest with you. And like I told y'all one time before they added the T and the Q to that symbol, when it was just LBG, I'm sorry. It wasn't too much going on. Everything was where it was at. Yeah, people were still on that side, but it wasn't how it is now. You ain't got them trying to jump out the window. You know you on that side of the fence, but you want to be a woman. But you don't want to be with a woman. Make it make sense. Same thing with some of y'all chicks. Y'all want to be dudes so badly, but in the same token, you don't want to be with a dude. So why are you trying to transition into something that you're not? Some of y'all messing your bodies up, taking all these hormones and all these other things that you know is going to tear your body up in the long run. I done watched a couple little clips of people, looking unhappy, like they mad they got fed a lie. And they ain't know how deep that lie was going to take them. Yeah, because you want to live to be something that you're not. Appreciate you, Mo. No, but see, this is going to be me regardless in a nutshell. I'm always going to talk about something that I know for a fact needs to be talked about. This needs to be talked about. Like I said, I'm not going to delve on the topic every day, but for every time I do see something that I know for a fact is immorally wrong, I'm going to stand on that and speak on it. Sorry, man. At some point, we have to stop lying to them. Like I said, it's all right when you're an adult and you decide to make whatever decision you make. That's all on you. But when you're sitting there force feeding it to the kids, especially the kids in school, that's where we have a problem. Because there was things that wasn't forced on us when we was younger. And why? Because again, the parents would be upside somebody's head if they thought that their kid was learning something or seeing something they wasn't supposed to. Again, you want to make whatever decision you want to make when you're an adult, you do so. But when you're a kid, you do deserve to have a fighting chance. You do deserve to have some sort of normalcy. And I'm sorry, I'm speaking again to some of y'all who are allowing your kids to transition. You are literally breaking the code right there. Oh yeah, that's why I said there's going to be a part 3, because there's going to be part of this talk going into that as well. Y'all breaking the straight code right there. Let your kid be kids, man. Let your kids learn and grow the best way possible. Teach them something. Whatever is being fed to them, even if you ain't around it, you got to counteract that. Dawn, what's going on, baby? You have to. You got to counteract that at all costs, because again, this is a point where some people might end up pulling their kids out of school. Because again, some of y'all allowing your kids to transition. Your kid don't even know if they still love the opposite sex or not. Brothers, what's going on, my guy? Like I told somebody, imagine you allowing your kid to transition from a man to a woman, and you actually let them go through with all of that. Now imagine when they start really like feeling and start thinking and realizing they made a mistake, and now look, it's too late already. You done mutilated yourself. And for what? You gotta think about that. Once you already done started making that type of jump, you gotta follow protocol. You gotta follow all the protocol, unless you gonna find out the hard way. And I'm sorry, because if your kid is under the age of 18 to 21, they shouldn't be worried about trying to identify something else. No, you identify yourself as a teenager or a youth. That's what you do. I'm sorry, because again, you are plaguing the minds of these kids, and you are putting the wrong type of seed in it. By you telling them that there's more than two genders, you are trying to mess up the balance, basically. Because again, two men can't have a baby, neither can two women. A man and a woman can have a baby, and I wish y'all would stop trying to lie and try to tell them otherwise. Because that's another thing that's becoming a pain in the neck now. Y'all just love trying to twist and turn anything that you feel could be useful. No, y'all have to stop that. We did enough acceptance as it is. Y'all, it's to a point now, it's being thrown in our faces left and right every day. Y'all cried and bitched for your movement. You got it. But in the same token, now you trying to throw everything down our damn throats. We don't need that. We have enough of it as it is. Now you trying to even get to a point of throwing it at the kids. Come on, stop it, man. BMF, what's going on, my guy? And for some people, they should feel a type of way. For some of you parents that's letting that happen, you should feel a type of way. Because what code are you really standing on if you're allowing your child to try to be something that they're not? You're not even trying to tell them, listen, I know this might sound good, but I'm going to break down the truth to you about this and that and the third. All right, and even if your kid is on that side of the fence and you know it, still, they got to be who they are. If they was a girl, let them be a girl. They a man, let them be a man. When they get older and they decide whatever decision they're going to make, hey, that's on them. But even still, when you're sitting there allowing it and you're pushing for it, you're breaking the most valuable code ever. You are not being a real parent. You are being a hypocrite. And honestly, I'm sorry. You're setting your kids up, if not already, you set them up for failure. You set them up for a life that they really ain't going to be prepared for. Trust me, if some of them think they see prejudice now, they'll see it even more when you let them transition into whatever they transition into. Don't let that go over your head either. You know, if your child, because you know, you have some people, proud example, I grew up with a couple. Some of them I already knew they was going to be on that side of the fence, but the one thing I could respect them on, even to this day, they wasn't trying to be the opposite. I knew chicks that was on that side of the fence, they wasn't trying to be studs. They wasn't trying to wear the baggy pants or trying to sag even. The other night, I almost threw up. Got a whole dyke out here wearing the pants sagging, drawers out. Like, Ma, you still a woman at the end of the day. Pull your pants up. It's bad enough we got to try to tell these dudes to pull their pants up. Now we got to tell y'all to pull your pants up. Stop it. This is where the confusion always comes. And then you out there the way you out there, and there's bad kids around you, so they don't even know if you a man or a woman. Some of them just looking confused. Again, y'all got to stop doing that, man. Come on, how much acceptance do y'all actually want? We gave y'all enough as it is, and now you want us to accept that you're going to try to lie to the youth, or you going to try to damage what's... No. We're not accepting that. I'm sorry, we're not. At least I'm not. I'm going to be one of them vocal on that. I'm sorry. Live your life the way you see fit when you're an adult. But when you are a kid, you deserve to be a kid. And you deserve a fighting chance. I'm sorry, you do. And there's no going around that. No going around that at all. You can't sit here and tell me that you're comfortable like that, man. You can't. If you're literally going to sit here and say that you're comfortable with what's going on and you don't mind it, that's a problem. You already broke the code, and honestly, you're going to suffer for that one way or another. You might not see it now, but you will. And this is just a moral compass speaking right now. You're going to suffer for that. Because again, let these kids be kids, man. They already going through enough as it is. They don't got enough programs to keep them satisfied or interested in anything. And then now you want to sit there and make it even worse by lying to them. Stop lying to them, man. Stop feeding them false information. You got to think about that. Imagine how somebody going to feel when they find out some of the things that have been spread out there as lies. Y'all not thinking about that again. As long as your agenda is being moved, right? That's the most important thing. So it's forget everything that was taught or forget everything we thought was known, right? No. No, we got to get back to some sort of normalcy. Again, let the kids be kids. Let them find out what they're going to find out when they decide to find out. Don't force it on them. It's a prime example. You could be forcing it on somebody right now and they could still be in a confused state. You have a small handful of people that really don't know which side they're going to be on. And if they are going to be on the other side of the fence, let them find out themselves if they're going to be that way. Don't force it on them. Because now, what if they decide to change their mind and now that was just a phase now, right? You left them confused, basically. You know, in all honesty, I feel like this. Yeah, some people are going to go down whatever road they choose when they get old. And again, it's understandable because, again, you are an adult. You are entitled to make your own decisions. However you feel happy, you do so. But again, why lie to these kids and try to tell them something that you know for a fact is false? And you don't even have proof on this, but you'll still try to present it like it's actual factual. Prove to me that two men can have a baby. Prove to me that two women can have a baby, and I'll shut up forever. But you can't because you know for a fact it's not. Even with two women being together right now, they still got to use a man's seed to get somebody pregnant. So again, how do you sit here and false feed that lie? I'll wait on that answer though. And hopefully I don't get no backlash. I ain't really say nothing crazy. Again, I'm not causing no hate, no nothing. But I am going to stand firm on what I believe in. Stop lying to these youth, man. The worst thing you can do is lie to these kids and lie to them about something that you know for a fact ain't factual. A woman can't get a woman pregnant. A woman can't grow a penis nor nor testicles. So again, stop lying to them. You're a woman, go in the women's bathroom. Even if you are on whatever, go in the women's bathroom as you're supposed to. Same thing with the fellas. It's sad when you got some of these bathrooms, they're allowing any and everybody to be up in these bathrooms. No. And that's weird right there too. And that's also dangerous right there. Dee Dee, what's going on, baby? You know, most of the people that's here know. I'm not going to say nothing outlandish or get crazy. I don't need to. Not when I'm telling you straight facts right now. See, to other people, it might not be facts. They might say it's just a view and opinion. No, it's not a view and opinion. Not when you see what we see every damn day, whether it's being presented on here or not. So you're going to tell me it's all right for your kid to learn something or get taught something that you know for a fact you ain't teaching? So you're going to let them basically unravel your teaching processes in less than a few measly steps. That's why I said I remember the parents actually being involved back in the day. That's why some of the things that they implementing now, they couldn't implement it back then because they knew a majority of the parents and they knew the people that was even on that side of the fence was going to tell them, hold up. We like to keep certain things private and we don't like to expose certain things. I'm still from that era where I know people like that right now. I see them day in and day out in my hood. And they will even say the same thing. Nah, we not for that. There's some things we want to keep private. We not telling these kids nothing. And if we tell them something, we'll tell them when they get old enough to understand what's what. Letitia, what's going on, baby? No prime example. I know a chick that's bisexual still to this day. Got a child and all. Guess what? She ain't never confused her child. And why she never confused her child? Because when her child was old enough to really understand what's going on, she broke it down to him. You know, because he didn't even notice that she was on that side of the fence. But then again, guess what? She still had a moral obligation and she stuck to that. She's still in contact with the baby father. The baby father is still whatever. Like, he even understood what the mission was. Even if it was whatever, guess what? We gonna still raise this child right. And when the child is old enough, then we'll let her know. Miss April, what's going on, baby? Yeah, it's rare, bro, because again, like once some of these women go on that other side, they tend to stay there. But she still was one of those, nah, baby father still in her life, still was helping her raise the kid and all of that. And again, it's rare, even on that level, you won't get situations like that. But hey, when it's presented, it shows you. Again, it's more about the moral obligation of making sure this kid is all right, making sure this kid do not get confused in life. And if this kid decides they're going to do whatever when they do get older, hey, more power to them. You want to know why I got it on fire, though, Willis? And you know some of it. Because think about it. It's one thing to be on that side of the fence, but when you're trying to be something that you don't want to be with, that's a problem. How you want to be a woman, but you don't want to be with a woman. You don't have traits like a woman. You can't reproduce like a woman would reproduce. This is what, and you know what's crazy? Believe it or not, some of those people, the LGBs, they are against the T's and the Q's in that side of the fence, whether you believe it or not. I just heard a whole lesbian chick have a conversation. And what she said was actual factuals. She was like, it's one thing to be accepted. But when you are trying to accept something that you know for a fact ain't good, that's a problem. And for a chick on that side to say that, that goes to show you again. They should have just stayed with those three letters because again, when it was just those three letters on that side of the community, you didn't have too much of what you have right now. Once you started adding the T's and the Q's to that, that's when it became a problem. Again, in my opinion, I feel like you're trying to stop all sorts of reproduction and procreation. But guess what? That man upstairs said be fruitful and multiply, right? So that's what we're supposed to keep doing, the life cycle though. But you see what's the problem, Miss April? They might not give a damn, but you got people here that do give a damn. On the shows every day. I think that's the worst thing ever. You will sit here and try to lie and tell these kids that this is what it is. No, no. Let them discover what life really is. Let them be young. Let them be free. Let them think for themselves. If this is where they really want to go, then they'll move that way. If they don't want to move that way, don't force it on them. That's the thing. They'll try to do that really only because if somebody is really going in, they'll do so. But listen, I'm all for the talks because I can have a straight conversation with you and I ain't got to violate you nor disrespect you. Again, I'm all for people being free and being who they are. But when you're an adult, you do what you want to do. When you ain't even old enough to, I'm going to say, even purchase a pack of cigarettes, that's a problem. And that's the thing, though. See, I'm not going to lie. For some who believe in that religion or believe in that book, right? What you think that first abomination was and what you think that first not even a resurrection. What you think the first destruction of the world was? Because look what was happening then. It wasn't on a grand scale like it is now. But still, it goes to show you, like, even then, it was too much being tolerated. Right now, we in one of those. This is the new day, Sodom and Gomorrah. You know, and they're allowing too much to happen. And then the kids got to sit here and look at this and be confused. You try to tell kids in certain states that they got to learn about LGBTQ and everything else. If they don't, they ain't passing in class. Make that make sense. Everything that it seems like they're being taught, gotta eliminate that. Because again, the life cycle is supposed to keep going forever. When you long gone, your great grands or your grands or whatever is supposed to keep the life cycle going. Keep that family tree going. And I know that, Letitia, some of them definitely are. They don't see, and some of them do see, and they still don't care. You know that's the sad part. Some people know when they being used, and they still won't care. They won't. I'm telling you, we see this every damn day. They being used, confused, and yet and still it's supposed to be accepted. Nah, it's not accepted at all. I'm sorry, it's not. You're not going to sit here and try to false feed a narrative that this is what it's supposed to be. And again, I'm not saying people don't have rights, right? But in that same token, we have rights too. People who got kids, they have rights too. They have rights to make sure that their kid is not being fed some sort of lie and logic, even when you're not around. Even if you are teaching your kids properly, nobody else should be teaching your kids other than. And see, I'm gonna be honest with you, Ms. April. They always had rights. Again, they always had acceptance. But before they added 2 more extra letters to that community, those 3 letters was what it was. And even when they was proud of what they was doing, there was just some things they wasn't presenting in front of the youth, period. Because again, the majority of them, especially the ones I knew, they was private. They wasn't trying to have a bunch of people in their business. They ain't wanting their business. Like I said, it seemed like everything is being accepted up under the sun now. And that's a problem. And if you go into that deep extent, then you might as well just tell the kids it's all right for them to go out there, rob and steal and kill. You might as well tell them it's all right to pillage and even do certain things out of a nature they wouldn't normally do. Like, come on, what are you really trying to teach these kids? Like, your agenda is not even matching what it's supposed to match. Yeah, you for your freedom, you want your equality, you want this. We gave you enough of that. We gave you enough of it even now. But now it's to a point now where you gotta force it down our throats on TV, on social media, and everything else. Look, be you and be happy, but stop feeding these kids that BS, man. I'm sorry. Because you know you wasn't even fed that BS as a kid, man. I got a feeling you ain't that far off. And see, that's a problem too, Ms. April, not trying to even be funny. At one point, it was hard for them to adopt. But like I said, since they done changed up certain rules, they basically got what they wanted. But then the same token, what are you teaching them? How you gonna explain to a kid when they start asking questions? Mommy, where's my daddy at? Or how you gonna be able to tell them what's going on when somebody does try to poke fun and say, yo, you got two mommies. You don't got a mother and a father. You got two mommies. Don't think kids don't be cruel. Some of these kids do be cruel. So just imagine you setting them up for the only failure. They gonna realize prejudice at its best, even when they're young. This 702 is going on, baby. I feel you ain't that far off, Letitia. If anything, they probably gonna add that P to it, and that's gonna be a sad situation because now you're gonna try to say it's normal and it's all right and legal for them to do. Nah, there's still certain things we got to steer it against. And if you're trying to allow these people to even mingle into that community, oh, that's a problem. But I got a feeling like most of them, at least the ones that have a strong mind, they ain't gonna be accepting or tolerant of it. They not. Because some of them they ain't tolerating that. They are being, I just watched one recently, a whole straight, matter of fact, straight dude and a dude on the other side of the fence was having a conversation. And guess what? Not one argument broke out. Why? Because again, they both was thinking about a logic. And even that dude said it himself, look, I was old. I was well into my 20s when I decided to do what I did. Nobody forced it on me. I knew what it was, and I didn't force it on nobody neither. Which was respectable because guess what? Again, he knew what he was in his teenage years. He knew he was going on that side. But in the same token, he didn't force nothing crazy. He just lived his truth. But he said it himself. I have a problem when they trying to force it on kids that's under the age of 18. Key word, under the age of 18. I've always felt once you become 18, you're not an adult, you're a young adult. But you still make certain decisions. And how you decide to move is how you want to move. You know, that's what I'm saying. They're allowing too much to happen. And I believe you on that too, Ms. April. I believe some of them are doing that. And some of them are actually adopting just to try to keep that agenda flowing. It sounds like it's far-fetched to me, but it's not. Because if you're allowed to speak certain things and even try to teach certain things in some of these schools, what else are you teaching them? And Miss April, you know what? I could be honest with you. You, Letitia, and somebody else, y'all all said almost the same thing. They are going to allow everything else to go into that side of the community. Why? Because they know this side of the community is not having it at all. But they'll go on the other side because they feel they more accepting, they more giving, they more loving. But at some point, they going to wake up too and realize, nah, we see what you're doing. And it ain't going to happen. You're not going to try to legalize pedophilia and none of that other stuff, neither. Not going to try to say that that's normal, and that's not normal at all. If your mind is only geared on young people and it ain't geared on older people, that's a problem. You got some people that don't even know that, like I said, the one parent I know, she ain't allowed a kid to know too much until he was old enough to understand everything. And she never forced anything on him either. But again, she was on the bisexual side. So yeah, she was dealing with men, but she was also dealing with women. Or when she was dealing with the women, he wasn't in tune to that. because the main man she mostly seen, besides the baby father or the uncle, for that matter, is the dude that she was dating. But again, it wasn't forced on her son. She told him when it was right time to tell him, so he didn't get confused. But you got people outside that will know what's what with you already. So again, that's going to be a problem right there. We got to really gear up. Stop allowing these type of agendas to be pushed on kids. And the reason why they gonna push them on kids is because they know most of the adults with a clear mind ain't gonna follow that rhetoric. If you haven't done so by now, you already know you have to drop links and show each other love. Um, there's definitely some good content creators and some supporters. Yeah, it's weird. You got people doing the utmost weird stuff for real. And if they allowing you to do that, if they are actually allowing you to marry yourself, that's how you know. Look, that's how you know everything is going out the woodworks now. For you to even have that concept to marry yourself, I, I don't know where to scratch my head on this one. I really don't. Neither you be surprised. Oh, the tips, trust me, I know. I know. Because there's some things, even when you don't hear it on social media, or even when you don't hear it on the news or on TV, there's some things you see clear as day, and you be like, wait, they allowing this to happen? Marriage is supposed to be, in all honesty, supposed to be a holy union between a man and a woman. But if you're allowing people to marry themselves, shoot, you might as well let two dogs get married then. Like, because now you're making a mockery of marriage. I'm sorry. That's anybody. I don't care what side it is. You're making a mockery of marriage. That's supposed to be a holy divine union. You are coming together with somebody that you love and you want to spend the rest of your life with. But when you start delving and you start showing the people that anything is possible, you're breaking that code. See, that's another code being broken in marriage. That's crazy. To actually sit there and think that you can marry yourself, which like I said, besides those two situations, I've never heard nobody else just marrying themselves. I've heard of loving yourself. Yeah, I've heard of loving yourself even too much. But marrying yourself, nah, that's a whole yeah. I'm sorry. You know, again, everything that was supposed to be sacred and held to the utmost highest power getting thrown down the gutter day in and day out. Prime example, most of these churches, they wasn't, if you wasn't a man and a woman, they wasn't marrying you. But now they allowing anybody to get married. Next thing you know, somebody marrying a horse. Like, come on. Like, where does it stop at now? How much you gonna keep making a mockery of certain things and you think that is not displeasing to that higher power? There was certain things put into place because guess what? It is supposed to be that way. What you was trying to do, Anita? You talking about from the YouTube page? You gotta set up a StreamYard. You gotta set up your StreamYard with your email and everything. And oh yeah, if that's your first time going live, Anita, you probably gotta wait 24 to 48 hours before you can start live streaming. Even if you're going live from YouTube itself, you might have to wait 24 to 48 hours because you gotta let the device get acclimated with yada yada yada. Because it's gonna say off the rip, oh your device doesn't support this, but that's a lot. Anita, just type in StreamYard in your Google, right? And set up your StreamYard with your email address to get it started. They're gonna email you a code. You're gonna put in that code, and then you go straight to whatever destination. Like it's gonna say where your destination. And there's a couple of apps that they'll tell you if this is where you're trying to do it at, like either Facebook, Twitch, or whatever. You want to go straight to YouTube. Once you go to YouTube, it's going to say allow or deny, like how some phones do. You allow it, you go straight to your page, and then you set up a destination. But again, you might have to wait 48 hours before you can start doing your first live stream. I'm telling you this from experience. But for right now, I would advise you to do some uploads, at least until you're able to start a live. I hear you, Anita, and I'm glad I can help you. Again, just you do what works for you. You do what's beneficial. Like I said, I started with the uploads, and then once I got used to what I got used to after that first testing, I just let it flow from there. And I appreciate everybody that's tuned in on this late night edition. I wasn't going to go this late at all, honestly. I was going to hold this whole conversation for tomorrow. But because of what I seen, it triggered me the wrong way. So, yeah, I'm on somebody neck tonight. And I don't want people to feel like, oh, I'm bashing or doing anything, because that's not the case. I'm not saying things that some people would say that would be considered bashing or even hate. I'm just being logical with you right now. There's some things you're not going to be able to lie to the kids about. And if you are already lying to them about more than two genders, lying to them that they could be who they want to be before they even get a certain age, if you're basically just throwing out all the fundamentals that you're supposed to be teaching these kids, that's a problem. And I'll be honest with you, in my opinion, might be a little off. But I'm gonna say in the last 10 years or so, this is where I feel like things have gotten even extra. Sorry. I'm counting down from 2013. Because now it's already legal and implemented to do certain things already. So I'm gonna say the last 10 years or so, it's just been a little iffy on all ends, on all angles. I'm sorry. I believe that. Because now it's too much being accepted, too much being allowed, nobody's standing up. And then when you do stand up, you gotta worry about your freedom of speech not being free. I'm sorry. Again, I'm all for do what you do. But don't do what you do and try to force it on the kids neither. Now, this is the other Andrew that's always with the blue avatar. What the hell happened to your page, sir? Oh man, don't tell me you lost your page, bro. Yeah, Miss April, this is how they trying to give it up right now to the world right now. At least in my opinion, because again, when I say it's truth, they have a problem with that. So I'm just going to say, in my opinion, that's just what they doing to us. They allowing that to happen. Feel now, even down to the adults. They telling the kids they can do what they want to do. They can be who they want to be. Period. You going to tell a kid that's not even old enough again to even get behind the wheel of a car that they could be anything they want to be, and it's okay. They could choose to be a different gender if they want to. That's what you're trying to tell these people. Oh, I don't know. Hold on 1 second. I didn't notice my avatar was gone. Come on, man. Letitia, hold on, Letitia, baby. Please tell me my avatar back, baby.
It's back.
Yeah, I don't know what happened. It do that sometimes too. I don't know. No, I'm not. I'm not pissed, bro. You know what? I'm mad though. I'm not pissed because I ain't say what I really wanted to say. I'm just highly disappointed. Only because again, look how much it was being held back from us so we could try to grow and live the life we was supposed to be living. And now you're just telling these people it's all right to do whatever. You can wake up tomorrow and want to be a horse. How does that happen? Am I supposed to get minotaur legs? Like this is what I'm saying. I don't know, man. I can't feed that narrative. I can't accept that narrative. It, see, you know what, Letitia? I thank you for that one.
What's
I
that?
thank you because you reminded me about that situation. I dead forgot about the Maya situation. I dead forgot about it. I was like, I forgot this chick did marry herself.
Oh
She
yeah,
tried to pull. She tried to pull a Dennis Rodman. You get almost married yourself. What's going on here?
yeah. And what I was gonna say in the chat, I was like, let me just get up there right quick.
Yeah.
Um, this is all a setup. This is all a setup, y'all. So think about it. This is what the plan is. They're gonna give these children rights. I think they want to start them as, correct me if I'm wrong, like 8, 9, or 10, somewhere in there, almost pubescent, and then the children are gonna be like, "Oh, we have rights." They're getting the children to back this to push to give it momentum and push their agenda, right? So now they're going to be able to change their gender, quote unquote, right? So they're going to change that. Now the next step is, oh, we have the right to sleep with who we want to. So not only are you going to have 8, 9-year-olds picking and choosing their gender, but now if they want to have relations with 40-year-old John or Marsha, Latanya, whoever it is, they can push that next. So that's why it's happening this way. They're going to give them their rights, or they're going to attempt to. I don't know. We'll see what happens, but this is my thought. They're going to give them their rights to change their gender. Then it's going to be, oh, we should have the right to be with who we want to intimately. Now you're going to add that P to the alphabet so that they can have the right to, because they already have a group of men who want underage boys. I forgot there's an app for that already. But they're basically infiltrating the alphabet community, and they're doing it, but it's up to the alphabet people to refuse to go along with it. Like that's the group that they're targeting, because they know they have a lot of backing already.
Yeah.
So once they allow their genders to be changed, they're up next. They're already trying it already. They're doing certain things in certain states. I already know California already changed the law where it's up to the judge to decide whether or not you get hit with being registered offender now. So they don't have to register you now. It's up to the judge. And guess what? That judge can pick and choose. I'm sure there's going to be some judges who have that, complex, and they're going to pick and choose their favorite people to allow to not be set up as registered offenders. So
My scalp hurt.
yeah, it's just a matter of time. And yes, Miss April, we're in the twilight zone.
Oh, you definitely are. Hold on one second. GJ, what I told you about that shadow hugging, man, you come in here and say what up, man.
But yeah, I just wanted to come up here and tell you that, because I don't want to keep typing all that. But yeah, it's an agenda. It's really for depopulation, because once they mutilate themselves, they can't have children. Now, if they are, I'm hoping they're telling these children to save their sperm or their eggs before they do this, because they won't be able to procreate.
Exactly.
So, but I doubt it. I doubt it. And then for them to save them that long, that costs money.
Yeah. Because you gotta think about it. You housing, like that's like the people right now. You housing as if you are already giving sperm out to the banks or whatever. You gotta pay for storage and all of that, and that it do cost, because they were storing something for you just in case if anything does happen to your body. Honestly, that is the smart thing to do, but they ain't gonna tell them but so much. Again, I've seen a couple videos with people who was detransitioning and they was highly upset, and the facial expression said it all. Like, I was duped. Like, I basically was falling for a lie.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and they're young. They don't have the wherewithal to make that lifetime decision that changes your life significantly. And then it's too late. Once you've done it, it's you can't go back. And so for it to be a permanent change like that, and being that significant of an impact, a lot of these people have a high self-deletion rate. These people have a high self-deletion rate, y'all. And so, I mean, they go through a lot after through their whole transition. And then even after, they have to do stuff forever. And if you're a person who doesn't like taking medicine, pop in a pill just to keep from, you know, being sick every day,
Yeah.
then just imagine someone who put themselves through that, how they feel after they've tortured their body and manipulated it in such a way. Some of them even have what's called phantom pain because that part is missing. It's just like when someone loses their leg, they have phantom pain because the nerve endings are still there, and so they deal with that too. It's not just cut and dry like a lot of people might think. Oh, let them change it. Like, no, this is they need to realize the psychomatic trauma they go through, and then you can't go back. Like, you really you're done. You're not ever gonna have any enjoyment. Like, that's all pretty much. It's pretty much a done deal. So it's, to me, it is a definite setup for the depopulation, because if they don't have the organs to produce, then hey, now we allowed all these children to be sterile. So at the
Yeah,
end
that
of the day, they're all being used, and the alphabet people don't see the forest from the trees. They can only see their own issues, and they only care about themselves. They don't see the whole picture. I'm not saying all of them, because there is a group called Gays Against Grooming, and I definitely share their information. And I'm not pro anything. I'm all I am is, if you're 18, you should be able to. I mean, even 18, you still young in the head. But if that's the law and you want to go and do that to yourself, then that's your choice. I still don't think at 18 a lot of us are mentally prepared for the trauma that we're gonna induce upon ourselves. So
shoot,
that's
at 18, a lot of people still ain't fully prepared for the world ahead of them, even if they not choosing that type of life.
exactly
Again, I didn't know
exactly
what the hell I was going to do. I was like, damn, I'm really, what the fuck do I do now? Like, like, all right, I know besides I got to work, but what the hell else do I do? Like,
right, because you got other stuff you have to take care of. You got to take care of your bills, your setting up things for your home, whether it's buying things or setting up your lights, your gas, all that stuff, and then just making sure you keep a budget. All that, like, that comes with the territory of adulting. And a lot of people who are 18, I call them, they are not ready, mentally
oh
prepared for it.
snap! Hold on, Letitia.
Yeah.
Oh, you back? All right, you back, baby?
Oh, was I cut out? Did I cut out?
Yeah, I thought it. I was like, what the hell? Just I thought your Wi-Fi went out of sun, and then you pop right back in. Like, what the hell? What you did to the damn? Your avatar missing now. See, talking about me. Now
Oh,
your
my
avatar.
avatar's missing. Yeah, but I just wanted to pop up and say it's a bigger, agenda afoot. And so that's why you have this, along with the push for the alphabet people, because they're not going to typically procreate. They have to force that, like you saw what the brat did. I
Yeah.
mean, she had to have a man's semen to create that child. So if they push the alphabet agenda, then they're pushing depopulation along with the other stuff. You got the medicine, of course. We got big pharma that'll help depopulate uh, at a rapid pace, and amongst the other things. So, but I'll stop there because I don't want to cause no problems. But yeah, I
Nah, I
just
know
wanted
you.
to add
You
to
know
the
you good
conversation.
though. Come on, you know you good though. Listen, it ain't like I ain't let nobody know nothing from the first upload. I'm gonna be vocal about a lot of things. I ain't changing who I am. I might slack down on certain things, but everything else, nah, keeping it real. I'm gonna sit
Yeah,
here and lie to nobody. I don't. I'm one of those people. Like, regardless to what, and it's, oh, but you try. No, I'm not trying to do nothing but just be logical at this point. I
yeah,
don't care how you live. I don't care if you want to be married to a rabbit. If you're an adult, you're an adult. But don't feed and force it to the kids. Period. I'm sorry.
yeah, yeah. I agree. I agree. It's really disturbing, but that's what time we on right now, and unless we teach our own children and the children around us, like, even through your content, there are young people who watch or they're going to watch this playback. Shout out to you. Um, that way they understand where you're coming from, because they're under attack. These young people y'all are under attack because you're the most fruitful. You're going to bear the most fruit. So they're going to attack you through the food, water, the agenda through mainstream media, putting things in your mind, whether it's injected into you or if you take it through a pill. If you catch my meaning,
Yeah,
they're trying to thwart your ability to continue to reproduce. So, which is odd because they took away, um, they did overturn Roe versus Wade, which was built on a lie. I won't go into all that, but either
yeah,
way, that's to save a certain population, the colonizers, from continuing to kill their babies off at a high rate, because they're the main ones that are going into those abortion clinics. So
yeah,
we got to understand where the battle lies and who they're actually targeting in order to understand what we're dealing with war wise. The gender war, all of this is just a way to prevent population, and it's a population control. Why would Dr. Gates be buying up hundreds of thousands of acres here, and now he's looking at Africa? I don't know if if he completed his mission in Africa, but he's buying up farmland in Africa next. So he's looking at putting whatever he's dealing with, whatever drugs he's looking at putting them into the food supply. So just be aware of that. Because
yeah,
there ain't no reason he's just buying up all this farmland. Farmland is to create food.
yeah.
So
Yeah,
yeah.
because listen, that's why I was saying, like, I can understand to a degree a lot of these things. These are rabbit holes that will sink deep, and some people might not be able to fall but so deep. But again, I'm one of those people. I'm always going to be truthful to my peoples. I got people that actually rock with me on this channel that see me day in and day out. Like I
Yeah.
said, I wasn't worried about y'all when y'all said, "Oh, you ain't leaving, you ain't going nowhere." I'm worried about my people telling me that shit. Nigga, where you going? Like,
Yeah.
you gotta stop playing. So we like what you doing. Like, keep doing what you do. Oh, okay, that's a cat today. Okay, thought it was a raccoon. I was about to throw
Yeah,
something.
it's horrible what our children are dealing with every day. These agendas being pushed in their face. Unfortunately, it's been going on for a long time. It just wasn't in plain sight. It was in plain sight, but I'll say they were doing a great job covering it up. And now that we have social media, they're being exposed at a rapid pace and very quickly, I might add. Like a lot of things are being exposed like almost real time. So
Yeah, man. Listen, my scalp hurt. My poor scalp. I'm telling you, like, but this is the truth, though. I mean, how could anybody even feel comfortable? Like I do believe that once you get a certain age, you are entitled to make whatever decisions you want to make. But in the same token, again, you still ain't even fully prepared of what's going on. And it's not just they just trying to attack population, in my opinion. I honestly feel like they want to thwart how the playing field is as far as job markets and everything else is concerned. And again, it's supposed to be free will and freedom of whatever, but you trying to take away too many freedoms. You got to make it make sense.
yeah, I agree. Yeah, it's yeah, it's a lot.
You
It's a lot to deal with, and we just have to protect our children the best we can, really, at this point. And that's why I don't have my 5 year old in school. My 17-year old, he's done. I'm thankful for that, but I'm not putting my 5 year old in that indoctrination system. It's not going to happen.
Shoot, at some point, it's going to be a lot of parents, like I said in one of the previous lives. At some point, it's going to be a lot of people pulling their kids out of school. But then again, if you pull them out of school, you better be ready and willing and able to teach and do what you got to do. Because
Yeah.
again, you can't just pull them out of school. Like you saw some parents that pull their kids out of school, but then what they doing besides running up and down the streets? Like, why pull them out if you ain't going now? They still have to learn until they get to that golden age. I mean, every day is a learning experience, but shoot, when they young, they need to learn what's necessary for the world ahead of them.
Yeah, I agree. And they can't be just running up and down the streets. First of all, your child can't be running around not here during school hours. You will get the CPS will be called on you. You cannot have your child running amok. Uh and not in the Austin area. I know that for sure. Cuz they have curfews even during the daytime. Like they will check your child. Why are you out of school? And they have to have a good reason as to why they're not in a physical school. And now if they say they're homeschooled, then they'll probably ask the parent, from there, your child was doing this and this, you're going to have to supervise your child when they're not, since you're homeschooling them, they need to stay supervised. So, yeah, I mean, I get what you're saying. They definitely have to make sure they're being productive. There's so many things, though, that they have nowadays for homeschoolers to do, and so many communities, so many micro communities you can find, like I mentioned during that talk we had, you can find a lot of them on Facebook alone. And I'm sure there's other avenues. There's probably many other, uh, websites that have been created because of the pandemic. You had a large amount of families that just did not even want their children back. And I was one of them. Like they didn't want their children back. So they've created new, groups, and uh there's just so many opportunities now outside of, you got your sports, you got groups, they meet up. You even have little courses like at the YMCA. You can take your child there for an hour or two to do classes that will help them in other areas like coding, and um, they can do STEM projects, all kinds of projects. They can
Facts.
just do stuff where it's um, extra reading help or extra math help. They have different classes for everything now. Like it's actually for homeschoolers. If you check the YMCA, I think YMCA is pretty much nationwide. So there's other things to keep your children busy. They don't have to be sitting at home all day, and they don't have to be, uncivilized. They can learn how to socialize by being emerged into those type of programs. So, but I'm gonna jump down, Nate. Thank you for letting me up just to speak my piece on this, because I'm passionate about this and protecting the children. That's my main thing, because adults are gonna adult. They're gonna do whatever the hell they want to. My main concern is the children that we're gonna need to um, build them up, and
Yeah.
also, protect their minds and their bodies and everything, so that they can be the productive people we're going to need one day, taking care of us, helping us, being lawyers, doctors, nurses. We're going to need that. And if we don't help to instill that into them today, then we're just going to, this whole world's going to be run amok. It's just going to be like a big old smorgasbord of zombies and mutated things. I don't even know what to call them. Transformers, whatever they want to be called. I'm just envisioning people walking around with four legs now, Nate, because they want to be a horse. Like we gonna have people walking around half horse, half human, because they want to be a horse. Hey, I want to be a horse. You can't keep me from being a horse. Now I want you to sew these horse legs onto my body. Like when are we gonna
Man,
say no? Enough is enough. Like
a lot,
when?
a lot of people ain't, and that's the sad part. The ones who are, we already on the battlefield right now. But it
Yeah.
is crazy though because they would hate when people are bringing truth. But how much you think people gonna keep getting lied to? And at some point, some of those other people might definitely wake the hell up anyway because they gonna see it for themselves. They might not resonate with them because it ain't happened so close to them yet, but at some point they gonna realize like, nah, these people are speaking some shit. So I don't know. It throws me off only because
Yeah.
again, like, man, listen, let the youth be the youth. Let them make their decisions when they get older. You know,
Yeah.
go
Let
back
them
to
enjoy
that. Go back
life.
to yeah. Go back to what we was doing before. Like, just don't expose as much. Again, we already knew some people was on the other side of the fence. Like I said, I grew up with some people that I knew was on that side of the fence. I ain't never
Right.
treated them no different because again, they didn't present nothing they wasn't supposed to.
Yeah. I grew up around people that were on that end of the fence too. But you know, hey, I mean, it wasn't rubbed into our face. It's like, dang, be who you want to be. You don't have to encroach and like encroach upon my beliefs. So we're supposed to embrace who you are, but you won't allow us to embrace who we are without it being considered hate or whatever. Like, no, if I want to be proud of who I am, let me be proud of who I am. Like, I don't
Exactly.
have to rub it into your face. I don't have to put flags up everywhere. It doesn't have to be a whole street in different colors. Like, it's just at this point it's ad nauseum. Like, okay, we know what you like. Like, I don't care. I don't want to know who you sleep with. I really don't. Like,
Yeah.
it's none of my business. It's not affecting me. Like, do what you want to do, but I don't need to know. And I was just taught that what you do behind closed doors doesn't need to be shared to the world. I don't care who it is. Two of the same or two of the different genders. Like, that's none
Yeah.
of my business. Who you lay with don't make me shit. So
Fact.
it's like, why are we doing this? Like, and then it's just it. Oh my goodness, I could go on and on. I don't want to. I just don't want. I don't want to. I'm gonna try to just chill out because this is. I get very passionate about this stuff. It just bothers me that the children are being. It's just
Brainwash.
leave the babies alone. Leave them out of it. Why are y'all pushing this on them? They are innocent bystanders. Let them have a life. Let them enjoy their toys. Like, my son went to go see Barbie. I'm like, you ain't going to see Barbie? That is not for children. These are
Yeah.
grown-ups in this movie. This is not a child movie.
Yeah. That
Like,
man.
no.
Yeah, just trying to push the wrong type of stuff, man. That's what I'm saying. Like, all in all, though, look, we all ain't perfect, but is this some things again you should not be trying to push? And again, let them like, come on, let them be kids. When they go, when they realize what it is. Prime example, like I just said earlier, you got some people who just go through a phase. They don't know exactly if they want to be with a man or if they want to be with a woman. Yada yada yada. Now, in the same token, if they done got past that phase, now they done decided whatever. Now, look, if they done already got manipulated into something, it's gonna be hard for them to try to go back to that. How you gonna want to say, you know what? I should have just did this in the first place. It's too late. Now you done got part of your body mutilated. You can't do nothing.
That's right. Exactly. Look at what's his Jenner guy? He went
Yeah.
he was what? He's he's almost got a foot in the grave and one out. Like,
Yeah.
come on, dude. Like, you wait to and that's typically the case, but now these younger people are being affected. They got all their life, like whatever many years left. Like, they might have, 70 good years ahead of them. You think they
Yeah.
want to live like that for 70 years? Having to do that to their body or whatever they got to do? Take all those
Nope.
medicines every day just to
Nope.
be what they want to be? Like, no, that gets to be, it takes a toll on them over. And if, they get caught lying to someone, that may get them snuffed out.
Exactly.
You
This
know
is
that,
one thing.
right? So yeah, this conversation is a great topic, and it can go on forever, like,
I
because
think
there's
part
so
two might
many
be the mic.
areas that it is so many areas that they are encroaching on, and that they are affecting, and they don't realize it. And it's like, it was to me when how Bill Clinton had it, and I'm not a big Bill Clinton fan, but I can agree with certain things. Don't ask, don't tell. I don't need to know who you're with, who you allow penetrate you or not. I don't need to know. It is not doing me anything for me. It's not. So it's like, we need to get back to some self dignity. Like, why do we gotta walk around with this, like, this
It's the stigma. That's what
the,
they trying to.
and it's the parades too. It's like, y'all ass is all out. Like, what does that go? Why does that go hand in hand with your community? You got
Exactly.
children out here watching grown men and women with their ass out. Like, why does that go hand in hand with your community? I even had an old Nate. I had an old friend, childhood friend, and she's on that other side, and
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, she got upset because of stuff I was posting. She's like, I can't believe this. You used to be this. I said, ma'am, you haven't known me for like almost 20 years. For real. You only know social media me. That's how I look at it. You know
Yeah.
social media me. Cause you don't call me, we don't talk like that. You're not cool with me like that. People grow and change. That's life.
Yeah.
We're gonna change. So you changed and you decided to be with women, and I changed. I've never been like pro, hey, go be with the same sex, but I wouldn't have mocked her either. I wouldn't have been like, But anyway, she got upset because I was posting all those things that were happening amongst the alphabet people and children.
Yeah.
One being Madonna. And she was like, why do you keep posting stuff? This is so ugly and evil. I'm like, but they're doing it. You're mad at
Exactly.
the post. You're not mad at what they're doing.
What
Like,
I'm saying.
Madonna has children she is connected to as being trafficked. So you're upset that I'm posting it and it's connected to you because she's come out as being alphabet, and you're upset with that. You're upset with the wrong thing, honey. And so she, she unfriended me. I'm like, I really don't care. We're not like that. It ain't like we tight like that. But you're upset with the wrong thing. I wouldn't want to be your friend. The fact that you're upset because the post, and you're not upset because this woman or these men have been doing inappropriate things with children. Wow. I'm like, wow, this is, yeah, I wouldn't want to be your friend because you're you're so focused on y'all's alphabet community being bashed. I would be upset with the people who have infiltrated my community and they want to target children. So that's why I tell people about the Gays Against Groomers. So y'all go check them out on IG. I don't know what other platforms they're on, but I do follow them because I like the fact that they're one of few of those that side that's actually speaking out against this. So if you think people aren't on the alphabet team that are against it, there are some, but their voices have to get louder. That's the only thing I can tell them. Like, if you want to disassociate yourself from these groomers, y'all voice is already loud. Y'all need to make it louder and say, hey, we want nothing to do with this. Y'all aren't gonna associate with us. And what do they call that? There's a term where they oh, they wanted I can't think of it right now, Nate.
I know.
It's like they want them to almost call it out.
Yeah.
Like
All
they
right. They're gonna voice it out though.
call it out. And that's where I think it's gonna have to come from. It needs to come from the people who are they're trying to infiltrate. But I digress. I'm gonna get jumped down and I'm gonna listen in from the chat, hun. Thank you for
I appreciate you, Letitia. You always more than welcome to pop in. Nah, I mean, seriously, conversations like this, you're gonna need it. And again, oh damn, Letitia, you jumped off before I can tell you something. But you do have people even on here, like I said, a couple of clips I seen. This was on YouTube as well. They must have came from TikTok or other platforms, and they made its way to YouTube. So there are people on that side of the community that get certain things and certain agendas, and some of them are voicing their opinions loud enough. But again, there's just some things where they just going to continuously keep adding on to it because they feel that's the way to do it. Together, what's going on, baby? You already know if y'all just tuned in, hit the like button. If y'all new to the channel, like, share, comment, and subscribe. Um, you're gonna have people that are gonna be vocal about this. So I can't say this is bashing of any sort. It's just logics right now. And a lot of people are getting tired of specific things, and especially again, you are lying to the youth one way or another. You are trying to basically destroy the innocence, and you're trying to just negate the fact that again, you have to be an adult to make certain decisions. Next, you're gonna say a kid could get a gun license at the age of 5. No, they shouldn't even be thinking about that at that age, unless it's for protection of all course. But other than that, no. The fundamentals should be as is. Let them be them. Let them grow into who they're gonna grow into. Let them grow their own identity, carve their own niche. And when they do get old enough to make strong decisions, then they decide to do what they're gonna do. Sorry, but when you keep trying to even bring it down to now, you bringing it to the schools, and again, some of these schools are allowing it. Nah, like that's a problem, and that could be something worldwide. Like you got to think about that. I don't believe that's fair at all. Again, let these kids be who they are, kids. Stop trying to prep them and transition them to something that they're not going to be prepared for. Oh no, I know. Together, look, we all on the same page. I've been said something about that long lives ago. Well before this, where I'm at now, Ben spoke about that. I speak about that even now off here. And the majority of the people know what it is too. Like I said, for the last 10, 11 years, the floodgates have been open. Again, I feel this is the new Sodom and Gomorrah. And no, I'm not bashing. No, I'm not hating. I ain't preaching nothing. What I am preaching is just logic. There's some things you're just not going to be able to lie to the youth about. I don't care how dastardly you try to think. This is why this conversation got brought up tonight. Because again, goal to show you, even down to the parades. Again, some things shouldn't be going hand in hand in no parade. And I appreciate you, Letitia, for popping in. You always more than welcome to hit the pin, especially when it's topics like this. I know you definitely got more info on stuff, and I appreciate that. Like I appreciate anybody that hit the pin. Because again, I want the people to know that this type of channel is what it is. You want to have people that's going to have views and opinions, but they also want to have facts and knowledge. And for the fact that you will sit here and just allow everything to plague a specific community because you can't get it to get implemented in the main community, that's a problem. You still are trying to attack one way or another. And again, the kids should be kids. And again, there's a lot of things that really shouldn't be out there for people. You know, again, you do what you do. Like I said, even on here, you have people that say and do the utmost, and the things they say and do, we don't care to know. That's your business. Appreciate you, Letitia, though. Appreciate you for popping in. I appreciate y'all again for tuning in on this live late night. Oh snap! Oh snap! Mrs. Copyright herself. So, going on, baby?
What's up, buddy? You know what? This is a topic that caught my attention. I was actually listening and crafting, and my hands were full, so I really couldn't tap in. But one of the things, I had a conversation with a transgender, not to be funny, but when I said, I'm gonna tell you what I said, but when I said what I'm about to explain to you, excuse me, hi everybody in the chat. What I said to them, it kind of made them think. They got mad, but they thought about it. I said, okay, let's say the worst case scenario that something happened to you, you transitioned physically into a woman, like your facial, you added the breast and had the, hoo-ha put in, the fake hoo-ha put in. And I said, God forbid something happens to you, and lo and behold, maybe 5 years down the road, somebody's in the bushes and they find your body parts in the bushes. I said, when the coroner retrieves your body and put all the pieces together, they're gonna equate all your body parts to a male because the silicones are going to be gone. The hoo-ha, the flesh is basically going to be gone because nature and possibly wild animals may take their pieces and go on about their business, but at that time they're going to say we found a male John Doe skeletal remain in the woods of such and such. I said, you got the outward person. I said, but you can never break all your bones and create yourself as a full-fledged woman. And that person got mad at first. I said, but think about it. They're going to say, we found a John Doe. And I said, because you made a decision to change who God made you are, I said, they're going to be trying to figure out who you are. And they're going to be matching DNA. They're going to be matching your dental work and all that good old stuff. And then lo and behold, maybe another year or two down the line, somebody's going to say, well, did you try and see if this is this person? You're not going to be right away identified as a full-fledged woman because your bone structure is going to be totally different than a woman. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's crazy. That's what I'm saying. Like my scalp hurt.
Why your scalp hurt?
Nah, I mean because again, you know, you don't want to hear things like this, and you don't want to see things like this, but apparently everybody else does. Apparently, this is some sort of entertainment, but it's really not. Because again, these kids and anybody else is at stake. Again, I've always felt like this. See, again, before they added those extra two letters to the community, there was proud gay, lesbians, and bis that would stand who they was. They wasn't trying to be the opposite. And even if they was tomboy, guess what? There was a difference between being a tomboy and you really was trying to be a man, like grow the beard and all that other stuff. Nah, that's going too far.
Right. Well, one of the things that I was telling people to be aware of, because this is all the agenda of, they don't want you to call it, they want you to call it minor attracted adults, but I'm going to call it as is pedophiles. They have gone under the umbrella of the alphabet community. I'm just saying like that because I get it wrong. They have
Yeah.
also gone. Next thing you know, guys, pay attention to their flag right now. Once they implicate the pedophilia, they're gonna have a different color added to it. This is all because of adults that are attracted to children. And it used to be against the law, but now it's like the people that are in government, they're also a part of, meddling with children, and there are lots of reports out there that Joe Biden's own granddaughter, someone broke into her doctor's office, a psychiatrist's office. Not only that, they ended up getting her diary where allegedly Joe Biden, I'm gonna say alleged, but it's in her diary and it's in her doctor notes, allegedly that Joe Biden used to shower with his granddaughter. So his new wife allegedly didn't care as long as it wasn't her kids. So there have been reports of this kind of stuff in the upper parts of the government, and see what people didn't know and they wanted to keep it hush hush. But me, I'm the type of person, I read, I study, I research, I do all kinds of stuff, and then it'll be like a group of us researching and studying and putting our notes together. They don't want Trump in office because, for one, he's going to go after Biden's son, who there's a website that has all the pictures of him released, and there are some they had to black out the kid's face where he was having relations with children in China as well. So these are some of the things that they wanted to do. They want to go after him and get him, but of course they're trying every angle they can to keep him out of office so that he doesn't go after them and get these people locked up, because that's why China has Biden dangled by a string, because they knew what he was over there doing, but he didn't want it out. But people are coming forward and they're talking, you know what I'm saying? And it's really sad that they throw in our face what they want us to know. Oh, I hate this man. I hate this man. Why do you hate him? They say he's the KKK. He this, he's that. But if you go back and look at the news reports and some of the stuff that they have out on Trump, he denounced all of them. He said, when I was 5 years old, I denounced them. He said, I've always denounced them, but for some reason, they're not putting that out. But people forget Joe Biden. Once he became president, he was a best friend of the Grand Wizard of the KKK. And he literally, while he was the president, went to this man's funeral and spoke and gave this man homage. And I'm like, you guys missed that? It's all in the news. If you do your research, you'll see that for yourself. Who's the biggest, racist there is? Joe Biden, and Kamala Harris is no better, because here in California, she was locking up innocent Black men. And one of the guys came out and spoke, and he ended up suing California for millions of dollars. He wasn't even there. He was at work. They had video proof that he was at work during the time of the crime, and she just picked out someone, so that she could climb that political ladder. And there's other things that was said about her, but that's none of my business. So we need to really open our eyes. We need to get out there. If you think your vote don't count, vote anyway. They want us to not vote. They want us to be silenced, because when they start just making rules and they say, well, y'all didn't vote no way, so we're going to take your rights away. I mean, it is your right, you know what I'm saying, not to, but we have to remember that. They're working on us not being able to vote. They're already trying it in different parts of the United States. Yes, ma'am. The only thing would be the teeth and the serial number on the silicone that would trace them back. But even with the silicone, Letitia, when you're in the woods or something like that, and you just toss the person out, if the animal is going to take pieces, they're going to take that too, because they're going to think, oh, it's something, and they're going to drag it so far away from the body, you may not see the serial number. You may not get a chance to see the silicones or all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? And plus, our body structure is different. We have a big round circle where we could carry a baby in our skeletal. A man does not. So that's why they're going to go ahead and say that that's a man. He doesn't have the same skeletal in the middle part where our genitalia area is. He doesn't have that circle where we're allowed to hold the baby.
Yeah.
You know, so that's why they're going to identify them as a man, and they can get as mad as they want to, and you can say what you feel. You will never, ever, ever, ever be a man. You can't. There's no way possible that you could give birth. The only people that are giving birth that are trans, that are women that change their sex into men that still have their female organs on the inside. They have that hole there to carry a baby. That's not a biological man holding on to a baby. They're distorting the children. They're going after the children, and it's not to mess them up. It's just a way for them to be able to have intimacy with these children. That's all it is they want to be intimate with the kids. You know, and then you have lots of videos on YouTube where there are children that are detransitioning, and they're saying that's the worst thing. And their rate of terminating their own lives are extremely high. When you do the research, they say, no, the numbers are low. No, these people become depressed. They don't know what to do with themselves. Instead of you putting your kids into therapy and talking to them, you know, these parents want daughters so bad, and they want to be popular so bad. Look at that little guy, I Am Jazz. All of a sudden, that little boy don't want to do the stuff that he was doing, and now he's dating a full-fledged woman. He said, I don't feel like myself. This was all for his mom to be popular, and she messed that child up. So what's going to happen now? You castrated that child. He'll never get his little male part back. You know, I mean, now you put breast in his chest. I mean, those can be removed, but you can never get your male part back. There's no way to rebuild a man's part once you have taken it off. But from a woman, you could create one that I heard don't work well, you know. So even the hoo-ha that they create for women, the hole, shall they say, don't work well. So it's a lot of information out there. You have to constantly do something to yourself every day when you get a female part to keep it open. If not, it'll close. So that's like a scar, basically. You know, you got to keep messing with that scar. And then a lot of those men that transition to women say that it's extremely painful, you know, and they do not enjoy, they don't get the arousal that we do as women when they have intercourse. So they're just feeding them a fantasy until they actually do it.
Yeah, you absolutely. You ain't saying nothing out the box neither, because like I said, it was a couple videos I seen recently, and like even the girl said she felt more hurt behind it because, and when you look at her, even though she was trying to do the hormones and trying to be a man, nothing about her manly. She looked like a straight woman. Like it was just like no matter how hard you would have tried, Mama, you still would have been classified as a woman. Somebody still would have been hitting on it. Mm-hmm. Like her facial features was like, you know, her facial features was strong woman features. Like, oh damn, she wasn't bad looking. So I mean, even if you was going to be on that side, all right, but you wasn't bad looking. You still ain't bad looking, but it's just crazy. Like the voice did change a little bit. But she was more pissed off, like, you know, I was duped. And, you know, and now that, just like when the guy was saying, when he said he was trying to transition, he was like, automatically, they was trying to, you know, talk to him about surgery and everything else. He was like, wait a minute. Like, you ain't even going to try to, at least try to wean somebody into it. Nah, it's just straight off the rip. All right, look, you want to do this or do this. And you know, he was even upset, but I'm telling you, like, look, you're going to be who you're going to be on that side of the fence. Be who the hell you was born.
Right. Leave these kids alone.
Hey, like, be who you listen. If you're gonna be whoever you want to be when you get older, that's different.
Right.
But you know, just stop with the false feeding lies, man. Just that's what I keep saying is the truth. Stop false feeding them. That.
Right.
They don't fully know what the hell they want to be. Like I said, how you gonna force it on a kid that don't know if they want a peanut butter sandwich today or a steak sandwich tomorrow?
Right.
Same. You gotta be mindful on that.
Right. And you got kids that run around here and say, I'm a dog, I'm a frog, I'm this, I'm that. And they have a mind where they learn, like I could tell you, like one of my relatives, we had a family gathering, and she's part of the LBGT community. And her son is straight, but she lives with her girlfriend, and she talked to him, he understands. So I guess the teacher felt like, his teacher, the little boy's teacher, felt like, when he gets upset, I'll give him a doll baby. So she went up to the school and she told that lady, she said, look, I may be a lesbian, but you don't put no doll baby in my son's hand, or I'm gonna take and slam your head through this wall. She said she did not realize how much power she had being in that community, that she could literally herself threaten the teacher and nobody do anything. But if a straight person does it, then they will call the cops and everything. She said, don't you ever in your life make a decision for my kid for me. She said, that's the problem with you guys. You guys think that you know kids better than we do. Some of you people don't even have children, and you're trying to tell people how to raise children. Have some kids first and then come back to, talk to us. And out here in California, they are trying to pass a law, which I'm telling you, this governor that we have, Governor Newsom, I think this dude is the biggest idiot. They need to get rid of him. They made the biggest mistake in the world when they allowed him to be our governor. You have people, I'm going to tell you about the law first. I mean, after this, you have people that literally, if you had a business, if you guys had a business out here in California, and some kids came in, a group of kids came in with bags and looted your store, you can't do anything. They tell you not to touch them, leave them alone. So
I heard about that. I heard
yeah,
about that already. I've been
yeah.
knew about that.
So
Because some of
now,
the videos I was seeing was coming from Cali. I'm like, but there was
yeah,
another state too that they was doing. I'm like, they just allowing y'all niggas to do that shit? Get the hell out of here.
right.
Nah, son. I'd have been on your neck. Give me this shit, nigga. You man, give me this. What you doing?
Right, right. And so it's a place called Nordstrom. Like Beverly Hills is it's like a rich area. In some parts are like slummy. It depends what part you live in. If you live in a mountainous part, like in the hills and stuff like that, those parts in Bel Air and all that stuff, those places, they don't play that. They will knock you off. Them cops will knock you down. But in the lower parts of Beverly Hills, um, it's a Nordstrom's and all that good old stuff, like the shopping center. They showed this person a video where they was literally taking clothes off the Nordstrom racks, and those clothes are expensive, and they told the employees, do not touch these people. So you're giving them citations and telling them to come back to court. They're not coming back to court. They're not doing that. You know what I'm saying? So the crime rate out here has gone through the roof, and you got to keep your head constantly on a swivel out here, because this governor clearly does not care as long as he's behind this little gated community. So I say, what happens if one of those people decides to jump that gate and come through your community and wreak havoc? Then and only then will you want to pass the laws. But as long as they are protected, they could care less about what happens to civilians.
Fucking crazy.
Yeah, he's an idiot. He's a total idiot. So this law, let me tell you. So say you and I had a child together, and we had a daughter. And so you and I have a split up. And I said, well, I'm taking my daughter. And you say, no, you're not. I'm taking my daughter. And so I tell the courts, well, my daughter feels like she wants to be a boy and he's not supportive of it. They will tell you, because you're not supportive of being allowing your child to feel like they are a boy, I would win custody. because I am in agreement with what my child feels like. They're trying to pass that law right now. That will be based on which parent gets custody of the child, whether you are an excellent parent or whether the mama is a crackhead or not. Excuse the word crackhead, but a person that's using substance, as long as she agrees with the child feeling like they are opposite sex. And so we're fighting against that right now, because why would you want to, just because your daughter is a lesbian doesn't mean that everybody else's kid wants to be a lesbian or a little boy. And these, some of these people don't even have children. The man that's pushing this, he doesn't even have children.
That's crazy. Now, see, I ain't gonna lie, I don't got no kids, but see, I could talk about things on that nature because, again, 4 God kids, plus I raised my brother from the time my mom's passed till just just recently to a degree. But again, it's not hard for you to just decipher what's what. Like even when things was happening, I was always talking to my brother about certain things. And when he came to me, yo, bro, let me ask you a question. And I would sit down and talk with him.
Right.
And he understood what it was to a degree because he was like, yo, so why? I said, don't let me have to drag you down this rabbit hole, little brother. Just don't let me have to do that to you. But even he understands certain things. And again, you don't necessarily have to follow a religion to just believe, look, there's a higher power. There's just morals and principalities that have been bestowed upon us. And we messing them up right now because we're allowing these things to happen.
Right. And one of the things, hi, Miss April, hi, sis. That's my buddy. That's my dog right there, Miss April. I love her to pieces. But one of the things I would say to anybody, and I'm not trying to be mean, you guys don't come trying to live in California. Don't do it. I'm asking you as a Californian, don't come here. If you're going to come here, be very careful. If you're going to come here and you have nice jewelry, leave that stuff at home, because these freaking ass people, what we found out is that a lot of people from overseas, I think they say Spain or something like that. I'm not 100. I don't want to lie on them, but
the migrants, just the migrants that have been coming in here to
No, that's not it. That's not it. So what happened is, it's like they they get visas and passports to be able to come to California. And so these people like over in Spain, like it's like, I know they're Spanish nationality. I know that much. They are coming to California. They're going to like all the cities that are, they have a lot of people that are well to do, and they're coming and they're robbing people. They have skills where if you have one of those doors that you push your code in, they can trigger your alarm system for your house. They can mess with your cameras, and they're going to the well-to-do areas and they're robbing people, and they're taking that stuff back to their country. So, they caught on to it because a hacker that works for the government out here caught on to it and made them aware. These people that's coming from different countries, they are allowed to do this. And I'm going to say this, and like I said, forgive me, but I speak my truth. Obama hates America. I don't care what nobody say. Obama never was for America. He doesn't care about America. He's here, but his agenda is to destroy America. He's not American. He was not born here. Whatever his hatred is for America, he's displaying it in the way he's pushing laws. Now, one of the things I found out is now that Joe Biden is making so many bleeps and blunders. How you doing? Make this go viral. One of the things, since Joe Biden is making bleeps and blunders, a whistleblower actually that was a part of the meeting. How is it that Obama's not even the president? He has no authority to do the things that he's doing. But they said that he's having secret meetings at the White House to determine who the next Democratic runner-up for president is going to be. And they're like, well, how's he able to do that? He's not even the president. He doesn't have authority to do this kind of stuff. But that's what I'm saying. Biden is so far gone that this man is literally doing things, behind his back. They basically said they're letting him go, and he's claimed that he cured cancer and all kinds of stuff, and he's yelling and screaming at people. Nobody is stopping him anymore. You know what I'm saying? So Joe Biden, I feel bad for him at his old age because they are actually taking advantage of him. He is horrible. He doesn't know his left foot from his right foot, and they're just letting him look a fool because they probably already have somebody. But the whistleblower, thank God they kept that person anonymous, and they wasn't telling the lie because they actually said, I have footage, but they have to change it so that it doesn't lead it to that person when they drop the footage. But Obama is doing so many things that he's not even supposed to be doing, and that's why this country is running amok.
My scalp hurt.
I'm just saying, I do my, like, the greatest thing my dad ever did for me when we used to get in trouble is make us study, make us research, and it became a natural born habit. So I don't care what somebody tell me, I'm going to search until I get tired. Sometimes I'll be up until 3 or 4 in the morning trying to see what somebody told me, if it's factual or if it's made up.
No, but that's what it's supposed to be. Do your due diligence.
Right.
See, but I can still put this copyright. Oh wait, this is for fair use. For fair use. I'm quite sure y'all see that thing at the bottom.
And everything is alleged.
Yeah, because here's the thing, and when you do get too close to the truth, I don't need all that. But I know where it's going. Yeah. Listen, I've just been noticing shit over the last 10 years, like I said. So.
But you know, it's so crazy. Since I've been like going to a couple of panels and talking to people, I'm telling you, if I had a video set up on my YouTube page for like 12 hours, you guys will be on, and I'll just happen to like just go down the list of names, and I'll see you guys on. But they're not giving me anybody that's on. I'm like, wow, they're really getting me now. They're not letting me know who's on, and I'm like, wait a minute, people are gonna start thinking I'm not trying to support them. This is crazy.
No, it's not. That's the thing, though. Like I said, trust me, I know. And sometimes my notifications don't even go out when I'm live, so I already know. And, like I said, it's just a lot of different things that, who knows? Well, I could be possibly half shadow banned because, again, like I said, there's people that I've looked at my own analytics sometimes, and most of the people who find me, if they don't find me through the regular scrolling, some people are getting the notifications. I'm gonna say maybe like 40% of the people are getting notifications. The other half, they either scrolling through or somebody shared out. So I'm like, yeah, it is what it is.
Yeah, so I kind of feel like Miss April said something like at the top, and who they don't, they're trying to keep you at a certain distance, and I kind of feel that way because Miss V, like looking at all the information that she gives, she should be well up there close to 100 right now. She should be up there. Miss April should be up there. A lot of you guys should already be up there, but it's like they're trying to hold you guys back. But why? If you claim this is a platform for any and everybody, you know what I'm saying? Why you trying to hold certain people back? It's like you picking and choosing who you want to be successful, and then you pick and choose who you don't want to be. You do all kinds of crazy stuff, and then you wonder why there are other platforms, and then you got to come out with we got this new. Oh, now you can get monetized early. You're trying to do that to save yourself because now other platforms are coming out saying, forget you, YouTube. And I'm telling y'all, I had a dream one night that YouTube was like begging for people to come back because they did us so corrupt. No, seriously.
No, it's not that far off though. No, what you were saying is not. That's why I'm laughing.
Huh?
But, no, I'll say that's why I'm laughing. You're not that far off. That, and I was laughing at somebody. I'm watching the camera right now. Somebody literally almost fell in the garbage. You can't be that drunk. I'm sorry, you can't be that drunk.
Yes, they can. Yes, they can be. They can be.
No, but you're not that far from the truth though, because again, there are certain things, like I told somebody, I said, listen, one way or another, there is going to be growth. And it doesn't, like I said, that's why I was trying to get everybody. And again, I would inform everybody. I am going to be on Twitch. I mean, I'm not caring about no whatever as far as Twitch is concerned. But there's going to be certain things I feel I'm better off bringing in and here because you never know.
Right.
You know, and again, you know, there's other ways to build and grow and spread and improve the messages. You know, it's just, you know, it's crazy because it feels that way.
Ms. V is saying something. She said, I'm going to change that this month by bringing the algorithm to us August 1st through August 30th. What are you going to change, Ms. V? Can you type it in the chat? What you're going to change? Everybody is making so many wonderful comments, and I know that we're talking and we're missing half of them.
No, I'm not. I'm still looking at because I got a feeling some ignorance might come in here. So, you know.
Oh, I had a troll on Friday.
Oh, welcome to the club. You're making it. You're making it.
Look, so the troll name was Welfare Office, and so yes,
Out of all names, well, that was least creative, so I give it that much.
the troll name was Welfare Office. And hold on 1 second. Give me a second. Hold on.
Nah, but it's the truth though, y'all. I mean, she ain't that far off. I mean, there is certain ways, like, man, listen, I ain't gonna hold you. There's no way you gonna tell me. There's no way you gonna tell me that when it comes to people just bringing real raw content and they being genuine and truthful, we have a problem with that. But like I told people, you know, I believe success goes in a multitude of ways. You know, and again, your success don't just stop in one spot. You know, you bring the blessings everywhere possible. Love it. What's going on, baby? And viral, I'm not gonna lie to you. This is where I got to now. At one point, I was flooding the algorithm. You know, yeah, it didn't matter. Like I said, it didn't matter if I went live once a day or if I was going live 5 times a day or 20 times a day. You know, the message is still clear and still standing strong. You know, again, a lot of times that's how you got to push the real. You know, some people ain't going to take it. Some people ain't going to like it, but they got to respect it because it's a form of not falling down to nothing, not standing down on what I believe in, and I believe the kids shouldn't be lied to. I don't believe they should be fed any type of false hope or false information, not to fit an agenda or a narrative. And again, we know some of these topics. We know some of these topics are hard for people to grasp. And the reason why it's hard for them to grasp is because they don't want to accept any type of truth. You want to continuously keep getting lied to. Letitia, you already know that. You know, there was another reason why the algorithm was starting to do what it was doing. Yeah, because think about it. Before I even got that strike here, you all right, son? You all right, son? We coming over here talking about some hold on. Like you
I had to do dog duty.
Oh man, you done messed the dog up. What you done fed him?
I had to take him out.
Oh no, you good. Yeah, don't worry. I was about to say, oh man, look what you done did, man.
Wow. Yeah. Also, let me finish telling you, his name was or her name was Welfare Office, and they started calling everybody welfare recipients or something. Letitia was in there, and that food trolled so hard, they end up being. We were talking. I was bagging them a little bit, and they end up turning out to be really nice at the end. That mess was so funny. I said, "You're not gonna make me mad because when a troll come in, those are clicks and views. I want that." I said, "You have keep on stay in here. You making me some money." So it was cute. I had my first troll. I felt good.
Nah, I mean, listen, you making it, baby.
Lovey, I text you and you didn't text me back. Lovey, lovey, lovey.
Wait, oh shit. BMF, let me explain something to you, son. I've always been a night owl. You forgot I'm at work now.
Oh Lord. Oh
But
Lord. I'm gonna call your boss.
I'll call him myself. He
Oh.
probably, as long as ain't nothing going down that ain't supposed to be going down, I'm good. And as long as I'm still doing my job, I'm good, which I'm normally doing. I'm multitask.
I'm gonna call and say he's not working and I'm tired. They're gonna be like, "You full of crap." I'm just playing.
It sounded good on paper because at some point I am going to have to end this live because I got a feeling these fools is getting a delivery today. It is Monday morning. Yeah. I smell delivery and I got to go open up certain things. So yeah, I know what time it is.
Well, hold on a second, Lovey. The word gave me your number, so hopefully I didn't text somebody else. I hope he didn't miss a number and give me somebody else, and they're like, "What is this crazy broad talking about?" So,
crazy.
oh my God. So he says he's always a night owl. Oh wow.
Now listen. I'm at work now. Listen, I had straight days, still got straight days. My next days off is Thursday and Friday. So trust me.
Ooh, those are some terrible days. I like the weekends.
Yeah, well, apparently I ain't got no good weekends coming up until my vacation in September, baby.
Do your thing. That's what I'm saying. Do your thing. But I'm gonna get down because I don't want to take up all somebody else's time if they want to come up.
You know, like I can only afford one person in here, man. Let's cut it out.
I told you I was gonna troll you.
You tried to troll you. Guess what? That was the funniest troll I ever heard in my life.
Look,
now guess how I'm gonna troll you. You see how your dog was looking at you?
We are here today to eulogize Nate on his own channel. Nate was a good man. So today you guys tip your hats for Nate. Send him flowers. Okay? All right, Nate, I'm gonna get down.
Nah, you don't leave before you get this work. As we are gathered here today to eulogize the real person. Oh, she got down. That's all right. You're not coming back on the panel no more, baby. Well, come on now. Word, what's going on, you shadow hugger? What's going on, man? What's going on, y'all? What's going on? See y'all over here, shadow watching over here in the corner. As we are gathered here today to mourn the loss of together, may us all remember that her dog is definitely going to mess her up in the morning, one way or another. Oh, yeah. Your dog is definitely going to do you something dirty. You might lose a slipper, or you might lose... Never mind, it's too early. See how that works? Don't run away from these eulogy, because as you can see, even with no glasses on, I can see. Nah, let me stop being a clown today. I'm gonna leave you alone. It's only because you was nice. Today. Appreciate you, Letitia. But again, these are topics that need to be talked about. It need to stop being overlooked. And certain things just, again, need to stop being accepted. We took enough acceptance and tolerance to certain things. Now it's time for it to really come to fruition. You know, you either standing on the right side or the wrong side. Don't make no sense. It really don't. You want to tell me that it's all right to continuously lie and feed false narratives to young, impressionable minds? It's all right for a lot of that, right? Nah, it's not. Definitely ain't. I wouldn't care if you had kids or not. It's just a strong principle that some things should not be tolerated and accepted. Because if it wasn't brought on you when you was young, why would you do it to somebody now? Just got to make sense of that. Things that was kept away from me when I was young and even coming into adulthood. Listen, some of the stuff I already knew. Don't think I wasn't well aware of the world. I was. But I also knew with certain things that they kept from me for good reason. And that's any adult. In the community, whatever. This is the problem now. We lack strong morals and we lack everything that we're supposed to have in the community. Sorry, it just don't make no sense at all. Again, I wasn't going to fucking touch this topic until tomorrow night, but y'all gotta stop fucking getting me triggered on here, man. I think this is the problem now. I'm sorry, like I try to watch certain things to keep my mind out of certain things. And then some things just pop up in the damn algorithm. And it almost coincides with what we speaking about now. And again, you have people on the other side of the community that's not for a lot of those agendas. So yeah, they gonna be vocal as well. Not just on here, but everywhere. Until y'all really get the picture that look, there's just some things you should just let be. We already know certain things is unnatural. But in the long token, look, that's still your decision at the end of the day. You know, morals, dignity, and respect. We lost that. We did. That's why I said the other day, how can you as a mother, prime example, be out with your child even late in the evening, and instead of you trying to lead by example, you out here twerking and doing things in front of them. You doing certain things that should be done in your bedroom out in public wild crazy. Again, the attention that some of y'all seek and crave is this is why this conversation can always go deep. I ain't gonna even let it get too deep tonight. Like I said, at some point I gotta end this live anyway. I do expect some sort of damn my scalp hurt. I'm telling y'all, like serious, what's going on, baby? And again, my bad. I mean, at what point does everybody really stand up and realize that the lies can't continue to happen? Chemo, what's going on, baby? See you up in here, coming in here, coming in here like a little shadow, baby. You was trying to avoid a eulogy too. I still love you, baby. I need a little laughter because I'm sorry, my scalp really hurt thinking about that. Just that clip alone of what I seen at that little parade, and I don't know where it was at. It wasn't out here, but even still, I shouldn't see grown men. Scalp. I should not have to see grown men in outfits spanking each other or just buns out. Sorry, wilding for respect. Some point we gotta take back that compass. My bad, y'all. I get more aggravated because again, that's being forced on the youth. And again, The youth are supposed to be just that, the youth. And again, while they are young and impressionable, you need to be filling their heads up with the right knowledge and not that bullshit that you trying to. No, no. That's my view and opinion on it. You know, again, when you have strong messages that need to get put out there, don't just stop in one spot. But again, you got to remember this too. You're going to always face opposition because you're going to always have people that just want to accept what's being brought to them. It's critical, again, for people to stop lying. Just stop lying to the kids, man. I can't put that more clear tonight, man. And I'm sorry, because I'm staying adamant on that. No, kids shouldn't know certain things that's going on in your bedroom. No, kids shouldn't be forced to be transitioned into anything that they not. They're not supposed to be force fed lies about this and that. Because that's essentially like you lying about the birds and the bees then. For those who actually believed in that. I'm saying, because you might have a small handful too. Everybody else is going to know the straight facts when it's all said and done. Sorry, like you warping reality so badly, it's not even funny no more. This is why everybody is feeling the type of way. And again, I'm saying this as a heterosexual male. Yeah, you're going to feel bad because I said that. No, actually you shouldn't. Because I know it's quite more than just me that's speaking out on things like this. And it might not be every day. But when we do get presented things that is, no, enough is enough now. We're going to be serious on this. How much you going to keep throwing up in the faces? You got enough as it is. Again, I ain't trying to draw no division or none of that. Again, be who you want to be when you're an adult. Stop feeding everything to the kids that don't need to be fed, man. Yeah, I think I'm going to have to end this at some point. Only because I feel like I'm going to definitely go deep off, and I don't want. I feel like my freedom of speech ain't really free. And I don't want nobody feeling like they being attacked because they really not being attacked. What's being attacked is the BS that you're trying to feed these kids now. That's going to be attacked on everyday basis. I know together you, man, go on about your business. You know you good, sis. I appreciate you popping in. You always more than welcome to pop in. Now listen, this is family over here. Oh man, my bad, y'all. Yeah, I think I'm gonna end this in a couple minutes because I don't like thinking too much like this, and I really don't. But I really hate that. Like, and I'm still going to stand firm on what I said. There's no way. Listen to me carefully. I'm gonna say this as calm as possible. We don't menstruate. Period. It's just the end of the discussion right there. Prove to me that a man menstruates. Prove to me that a woman can grow a penis and impregnate another woman. When you could do that, you still ain't gonna be able to do that again. But it is what it is. Let y'all think what you gonna think. One thing I'm still standing adamant on: don't feed it to the kids, not even in the schools, man. Parents, y'all need to start getting it together for real. Before I really go off the deep end, I just feel like that needed to be said. Because again, it's disgusting. You know, things that wasn't being implemented on us even to the early 2000s. Now it's all good. Nah, you got to stop that now. And again, this is for fair use because this is an educational purpose. And yes, this is my view and opinion. But see, this is one thing that you know for a fact shouldn't be accepted. Said it clear as day. No man, no kids, no anybody should be at a parade, even if it is for your people. And the things that you're doing and presenting is tasteless. For all of that, you might as well have them out there butt naked, and that's on every angle. But then again, you're not even going to allow that to happen. So how, Nate? Shut up. Oh, shut up. This is a classic fight every day. It's crazy. Like, yeah, this is gonna be a part two. I feel like it's gonna be a part two, but I gotta get back in the calmer state. Starting to get mad again. And again, I'm not mad at the people on that side of the community. I'm mad that y'all being used to a degree and some of y'all don't see it. And the ones that do see it, y'all actually standing on the right principles regardless to what. So I can commend y'all on that. I can't go with that false narratives and that false shit that they trying to feed everybody else. Couldn't implement it in the straight community regardless of what. So you're gonna implement it somewhere where you think you got a better chance. That's crazy. But yeah, I'll leave that for a part two. On another news, I did find out they did finally find the boy that drowned out here. Yeah, sad moment, man. Like it just been a real crazy week, and then just today, yeah, yeah. I don't know. It's just been it's been a real like trying week to a degree, and it's only been trying because again, like things that you are just not caring about is affecting the world in the most negative way. I'm sorry, like that. It just doesn't make no sense. Again, like, what are we doing here? You know, again, like I just said earlier, I don't look, man. We all adults. We all do what we do. Nobody's perfect, and I ain't saying everybody gotta live a perfect existence because there ain't no such thing as perfect. But there are some things again that should just never be accepted, and it shouldn't be shown to the youth, especially the ones who are coming up. I'm from that. I'm from that cloth right there. For those who feel a type of way about me, screw you. I'm from that cloth right there where we just didn't allow shit and we was going to talk about it one way or another. Can't understand that. I don't know what else to fucking tell you. But again, I commend those who are actually standing on the opposition's neck, basically. I can respect y'all. Keep putting foots on the necks the way you're supposed to. Man, yeah. Part 2. I'll do part 2 this week. I ain't even want to delve deep into this because the way y'all feel already, y'all feel like I'm doing something that I'm not. And I don't want to suffer no consequences right now. But I'm sorry, like it. Yeah, I should really say it should stop, but we know it's not going to stop until the right people get together and actually stand up. So until that day, uh, prepare for these messages. Prepare for strong talks. And yes, do prepare for a lot of other things. Yeah, let me calm my scalp piece down for real. But again, for those who are on that side of the community, this is not a bash. This is not judgment. This is not anything. To anybody who feel that this is, it's not. It's just a common logic and a straight logic that you should just be adhered to. And that is no lies to the youth, no throwing things that's unnecessary to them, and don't plant no unnecessary seeds. You can't understand that. Your purpose in life, I'm sorry, your codes have been broken and you really don't stand a fighting chance. Don't, and I repeat, to those again on the other side, don't fall fool for that shit that they doing now. Don't fall sucker victim to it. I'm telling you, you already got some of y'all people that are standing up, but y'all need to wake up everybody else on that side that really understands that. And yeah, because we need the numbers on all angles. I'm sorry. I feel something in my spirit that I ain't never feel before. And I don't like it. And for those who feel a type of way again because I'm saying what I'm saying, or they don't like what I'm saying, kindly leave. Because I refuse to do anything outside of be myself and tell it like it is. Yeah. Yeah, part 2 this week. And the panel will be open in case anybody want to pop in. Not to really have to change the subject because, yeah. But in other good news, who saw that fight last night? Ha 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 ha. Oh, I'm glad I got this type of off and on switch. I like this. I don't allow myself to get butt so crazy. And even when I felt I was going in, surprise. But it is going to be a part 2 this week. I'm still adamant on that part. And I'm sorry, but It's not going to be an everyday occurrence that you're going to hear me. But when I do speak on this, I'm speaking from the logical sense. I don't deal with personal feelings when it comes to logic. And the logic that you're trying to feed these youth that there's more than two genders, etc. Nah, nah. Stop going that far. Forget Stevie Wonder. Ray Charles could wake up out his grave right now and see that you feeding some felonious BS. I'm sorry. Just but anyway, yeah, you're gonna keep knocking these balls out the park. You don't have to. Again, stop attacking these kids. You might think you're not, but you are. And for those who ain't doing what they supposed to be doing, again, parent wise, you're breaking the code. Oh yeah, breaking the code part 3. That's coming. I'm telling you, it's about to go deep now, man. And the message still don't stop just here. So sorry. I'm gonna be one of them vocal people that'll tell you, I ain't for it. And again, I'm not against anybody living their life. You live your life the way you see fit as a grown up. Key word, grown up. When you paying your own bills, doing whatever, yeah, you make your own decisions when you get that age. It shouldn't be forced on you before time. And it shouldn't be confusing you in the meantime. I'm sorry. I just call it like I see it. But again, I do appreciate everybody that tuned in, at least for this part of the conversation. Um, One thing I am going to say though, for those who ain't aware of it, nobody's playing games no more. You're going to have people that's going to stand up and fight regardless to what or how people feel. Just know this: at some point, that wrecking ball does come back your way, and when it does, yeah, I'm not going to say I told you so, but I'm just not going to say nothing to you at all. I'm just going to walk past. Because it's obvious. Long as you sit there and you focus on the negative and delve into the negative, you missing stuff like this that could be changed right now. Forget about personal attacks and worry about these kids being attacked. That should be the message for the day. And it will be. Don't worry. You know how we do it. This rabbit hole goes deep. And at some point, this rabbit hole will stop. So definitely appreciate everybody that tuned in. If y'all was in here late, y'all can catch the replay. Shout out to Together and shout out to Letitia for popping in on the panel. Yeah, part 2 definitely this week. The one thing people fail to realize, and they still fail to realize it, so this will be a stern message. Entertainment is entertainment. Reality is reality. You can't decipher either. We already living in a warped reality, but if you can't decipher what's what right now, I really feel sorry for you. Because in the long run, again, certain things will affect you. It will affect your family. And why be left crying or holding the ball when you could have been on the forefront doing something great right now? Other than that, we back to business in the morning. It might be a late morning or it could be an early afternoon. I feel like I already did my morning portion. But again, I definitely appreciate all y'all for tuning in. Shout out to all my members in here, part of the Eulogy family. You know we're gonna keep cooking. You know, for those who do catch this replay, for those who might stumble upon this, again, don't take this as hate, preaching on hate or anything. It's not. It's just, guess what? Some things we know for a fact ain't supposed to be done. And that right there, attacking and lying to the kids, that ain't supposed to be done on no cylinder at all. Whether you have kids or not. Stand on your morals and your principles. That's all I can tell you. I said I'll definitely be back later on, chiming in with the people. Oh yeah, and I do appreciate everybody that tuned in earlier, despite we did get a little bit of an interruption. Found out I can't play a specific song no more, and that was the first time I played the song. So yeah. No, no bueno, no bueno. But you know, this is what we're gonna do. Wake the world up in different ways. Again, not everybody gonna have the same drive. Not everybody's gonna have the same fight. But at some point, we all gonna have to bring our strive and our fight together because we need the numbers more than anything now. Say I didn't warn you at some point. Let's try to just uplift and build the best way. That's it. Definitely appreciate y'all again. Y'all enjoy y'all evenings. I definitely appreciate y'all rocking out with me this late. I haven't really done a late show like this in so long either. Not gonna lie to you. Actually, the last time I think we went this late and this deep was probably, man, what was we on there for, like 8-9 hours? But we all, we all had a good time that night either. So, y'all definitely see me at some point during the day. And most likely you can probably get that open panel tomorrow. I don't know. If I'm not triggered before time, like I said, that part 2 will be sometime this week. Anything else before that, you'll catch that tomorrow night. I don't care how early it is. You'll catch it. If y'all was new to the channel, like, share, comment, and subscribe. Shout outs to the replay game. Shout out to the Shadow Mafia and the Shadow Babies. Y'all know what it is, baby. And for everybody that was in attendance tonight, y'all already know that love is love and it'll be reciprocated as such. I don't know how to be fake. What I have to do is give you real. That's all I'm going to do is give you real topics and real builds. Like I said, we'll definitely be back later. And, we're going to definitely chop it up. Oh, Sharonda, you already know we love you too. I love all y'all too, babies. On now. You're part of the Eulogy fan. On now. It's always going to be love over here. You already know how it is, though, baby. Again, I don't know what people really thought or what they was expecting. This is just me in and out. Can't accept it. Kindly go on about your business. This ain't what you want. No, but y'all stay safe. Enjoy y'all nights. Keep that third eye open, definitely. And until the next live, we out of here. Peace and blessings.